On a scale of 1 to xia shui, how vain are you?
A cheaper nasi padang.
Yeah.
You know, so therefore it's corruption.
Vouchers for
Subsidies.
pia pia. Oh my god, you should give out
Not,
vouchers for
it's not
pia
the pia pia, it's the consequence of it.
Hi guys, welcome back to Sorry Not Sorry. Today we have a very special guest on our podcast and he's none other than, sorry I need to refer to paper because the title is very long, okay, Senior Parliamentary Secretary for Sustainability and the Environment, Mr. Baey Yam Keng.
Hello, morning.
Welcome
morning.
to the set, sir.
Yeah,
you.
seriously, is very excited that you are here.
Oh.
Super excited.
Yeah.
This is the most prestigious interview I've ever had.
Really?
Yes.
You just started your
Wow.
career.
Yeah, actually, 15 years ago.
We are both dinosaurs lah, huh? Okay, so we have a lot of questions for SPS Baey here. Okay, first of all, right, I think a little introduction about yourself, right?
Okay.
What is SPS?
Mm.
Yeah, Senior
Parliamentary
Parliamentary
Secretary.
Okay,
Yes.
like I always thought that you were a full-fledged minister.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
a lot of people are confused.
Yes.
Because our titles, different grades,
Okay.
different titles. So we hold different responsibilities. But as a SPS or a PARSEC, Parliamentary Secretary, our role is the connection between the ministry and Parliament. Okay, whether Parliament Secretariat, the Parliament House, or the MPs in Parliament.
I'm very confused. I'm
So
sorry,
lost.
what?
We're
Okay,
so-
that's good.
Okay, wait.
But anyway, essentially it is our role is up to the minister to assign us
So-
the
so-
portfolio, the things we can to help the minister.
So something like an assistant minister, would you say? Or deputy?
Okay, we are all assistants to the minister.
I
Whether
see.
Minister of State or Senior Minister of State.
Okay, so if
Yes.
we rank the hierarchy in order, it's MPs first, and then they become what next?
Okay. So there's no fixed sort of stepping
Stones,
ladder.
gotcha.
Okay. Okay. So from the top first,
Yes,
okay.
top
So
down.
minister is the head of the
Yeah,
ministry.
any cabinet minister lah,
Yes,
right?
that's
Gotcha.
right. Then the minister may be assisted by by senior minister of state. So that is sort of the title just before minister.
Well, that sounds like it's above though. Like
No,
senior.
that's senior, but it's
Okay.
minister of state.
Okay.
Yeah. Then minister of state.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so without the senior, so that's
Yeah.
more
Junior
junior.
Minister of State.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then so below that will be senior parliamentary secretary.
Got you.
And then I started as
PARSEC.
PARSEC.
Got
Yeah.
you.
So
Basically, that's
you're on
it
the way up.
Technically, they can have a political secretary, but for many years we do not have that appointment already.
Okay.
There are also people who are acting minister, like for
They
example.
just act, right?
No. That means they are maybe standing in for a while, or
Yeah.
sort of like before they are sort of confirmed as a full minister.
Got you.
Okay, so in terms of ML, I think he's about mythical honor.
Yeah.
What's ML?
Mobile Legends, like the ranking, you know.
She's an alien. If you don't know yet, I don't
yeah,
relate
you
to
helps
alien.
Okay.
you to relate better.
Okay, I think like from at the start, let's talk a little bit more about how you were like when you were younger. Like I
Yeah.
think people want to know, like
Your
you know.
backstory. Where did you grow up in? What school did you go to?
Yeah,
Because
how was
I
your
don't think we
childhood
know this about
like?
our ministers at all.
Yeah, you know,
and MPs.
everyone wants to know how to raise a son to become a minister. in the
Really?
future. Yeah, so I want to know what his path is like.
Okay, what was your path?
Okay, I grew up in Toa Payoh.
To a pie
So actually, like many people of my generation, we have very humble beginnings.
You stay
Yeah.
kampong ah?
No, I was born in a rental HDB flat.
Oh,
Yeah, so
wow.
it's a one-room flat. That means like no bedroom.
Yeah.
dear.
So I have two younger brothers. So five of us were sleep there
Same.
in
Together
a
on the floor.
one room flat. Yeah.
Wow. How many siblings did you have?
I have two younger brothers.
Oh.
Yeah, so I have five. So I was there until I was in K2. Then we moved to a 3-room flat.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's a big
In Toa Payoh
expansion.
also?
Also in Toa Payoh.
But not
my-
rental anymore, right?
No. So my
Oh.
father bought a flat and he bought a corner. So it's slightly bigger
Slightly
than
bigger.
other 3-room. And my parents are still living there.
Oh,
nice.
wow.
Yeah.
Until now? That's
yeah,
crazy.
so it's about 50 years.
So your
yeah.
siblings, are they as successful as you?
Oh, wow. Fierce question.
So I have a younger brother who is 1 year younger. So he has trained as a pharmacist. So in the pharmaceutical industry.
That's great.
The
Am
question
I-
is whether as successful as you, though. Do you think?
More successful.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
okay,
sure.
okay.
Yeah.
Then the other brother? Single?
Well, unfortunately, he passed away last
Oh,
year.
okay,
yeah.
okay.
So, so now only two of us taking care of parents now.
Would
But
you
you're both
consider-
very-
sorry.
They're both very smart lah, right?
Yeah lah, very, very
Pharmacists,
smart kids
yeah.
lah.
I think we are of a generation also where our parents instill us good values, and like studying, doing our homework is like our duty. We're brought up that way.
Right.
So we never had tuition
Yeah.
throughout our educational years. And we all graduated from uni. And I would say that gave us a good start in life.
Nice.
Yeah.
Would you consider yourself a Tua Payoh kia?
Yes, my first matrimonial home was a 3-room flat in Toa Payoh, just 2 blocks
Toa Payoh.
away from my parents.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
nice.
In my generation, we grew up to fear Tua Payoh.
Why?
Because of all the kidnappings in the 80s.
Yes, Adrian Lim.
Yeah,
Are
my
you
mom would be
serious?
so scared.
Yeah,
if,
my first home, the
Yeah.
rental flat, was just opposite Block 12 where Adrian Lim
Oh,
and
that's,
this gang
that's
lived.
the murderer,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Serial
kidnap
murderer.
the
The
kids.
kidnapper.
Yeah.
Yes, so I was,
Malay moms will warn you about Tua Payoh.
Serious?
Yeah,
right?
always
Really?
say, yeah.
Oh, but now it's like popular area. Okay, I want to know about your studying. What was your like PSLE or like
okay.
O levels,
I did
A
well
levels?
lah. I did well in school.
how much lah?
Show off.
I'll see whether higher than me.
Okay, sure higher because of my time it is a different grading
Oh.
scoring system.
Okay.
So I score four is it 416?
Oh, it's 416.
Yeah,
I'm
so
so big
it's
one.
different. So
Right.
nowadays the T score is 200 plus.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So my time is 400 plus.
Oh.
So
What was yours?
269.
Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm 215.
Oh dear.
So
Oh, dear.
it's different system lah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha.
then your O levels, eh?
O levels I did well too.
I mean, it's expected lah, but how well?
Yeah, how well?
How well
Six.
Like 6 for 6 subjects, is it?
Yes. So
R5
the lower.
lah. I want
okay,
R5.
Okay. I got whatever 5 or 6 now.
Oh.
What was
Okay,
yours?
basically,
minus CCA.
What
They
was
call it
yours?
ECA last time.
Yeah.
Mine is, I don't, 11 ah.
Mine was 9. Huh?
What really?
Okay, also
I got smarter along the way.
Boys develop slower though. That's
Okay.
why. Yeah.
We are very
Okay.
interested to know about your political career, but one of the questions I want to know is your earlier careers before politics. One of my silliest gigs or jobs was working in Watsons. What was yours?
Others,
Yeah.
I've been a part-time waiter.
Really?
Yeah,
Where?
at a hotel, a banquet.
Oh, wow.
And only for one evening. So I was standing in for a friend.
Yeah.
Hard work.
Yeah.
It is, it
No,
is.
and because I have such a newbie, no experience, I can only serve drinks.
Oh.
So and whole night standing, right? So and I see other. So I was already in NS.
See.
Yeah, and then the other waiters, waitresses are younger than me. So everyone experience can serve dishes, can debone fish.
How old were you?
Yeah.
So
Army
NS
lah,
about 20.
18.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
like all these teenagers are there, so experienced. Really, I can only serve drinks.
Okay.
And because you are bigger, okay, I remember my friend and I were tasked with the role of the opening fanfare.
Oh,
where
yes.
each of us will carry a torch of like real fire
Yeah.
and walk to the center and like just opening of the banquet.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then it was so malu because one of the torch didn't light up.
Oh,
so I was the
okay.
only one walking solo.
Sick.
Without the
Big
unlighted
torch,
torch.
Can
Okay.
you imagine being his colleague back then and like he could only carry drinks, but now he's the MP? You'd be so damn paise if you were mean to him back then as a colleague.
Okay. So I just wanted to know, like, did you always know you wanted to go into
No,
politics?
never.
Okay.
Mm.
What
Never.
made you decide to?
I was asked to. I was approached lah. I was
Okay.
approached, and I thought, why not? If the party thought that I could try, then I would try lah.
But what job were you at that point when you got
Yeah.
approached?
How were you approached?
So I was working in a ministry, and it was a major decision because I have to leave the civil service in
Yes.
order to run for elections.
Yes.
Yeah.
So not only taking on potentially a role in public role, but also I have to change my career.
Right.
So luckily, my wife was very supportive, even though our kids were very young then. Eldest only 6, youngest was 2.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty
So,
young.
but I think with the family support, I just ventured. At the time I was only 35 years old. So it's like, okay lah, try lah. At most, didn't succeed lor. After
Right.
one term, I just
走咯.
leave lor. Yeah. So, and then that's 20 years ago already.
Oh,
Wow, 2
wow.
decades in politics.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
I mean, honestly, if my husband wanted to become politician,
Would
I
you
don't think
advise
I
him?
would
No,
know.
really?
Because it means that you cannot have a very luxurious lifestyle. You cannot walk around with Birkins.
Your
know.
privacy, your life
Yeah.
totally becomes public
Also,
scrutiny.
like, I mean,
Yeah.
that's fine for us because we already don't have the privacy. So I can deal with that.
Yeah.
But the fact that I'm not really allowed to
Politicians
splurge,
are
even
held
if I own
accountable
sell-
to a different standard.
Well,
lah.
yeah, I suppose so. But I mean, anyway, my wife is very simple.
Yeah,
she doesn't
that's why.
go for all this branded
Then
stuff.
I cannot
all
go
this.
like plastic surgery, all these.
As you can tell, she's very not simple.
Yeah.
yeah. So that's why we're not together. Yeah. So,
You just got roasted. Now, speaking of public scrutiny, though, I guess you're one of the earliest MPs to start out with social media. What was that like to convince your colleague, like, hey, social media is something we should start? Because you were the Facebook time, I remember. You were the selfie MP.
Actually, before that, we had a P65 blog. You know that?
What is that?
Post 65. That means the group of MPs who were born after 1965. This post-independence.
Okay.
Oh.
So that time we
P65.
tried to connect with the young. So it's okay, let's do what's trendy, which is blog.
Right.
So we did a blog.
Blog.
Yeah,
Wow,
Blog is that
it's a
old school
blogger
shit.
like
Yes,
this.
we started. So that was 06, 07.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we started there. Then after that, with Facebook, then okay, then we transited.
Do you feel that it gives you a lot more responsibility? Because if you talk to the whole of Singapore, then you have to respond to the whole of Singapore's like queries, right? Versus if you just go to like meet the people sessions, you only talk to your own residents
True.
and you're only responsible for their comfort or happiness or whatever.
True.
Yeah.
So we can't control who goes to our page or leave comments.
Yeah.
I cannot be, are you a resident? If not, I don't
Yeah,
your
your own
own
problem.
or block you, right? No, I can't. So to me, I feel that yes, as an MP, I'm primarily responsible of taking care of my residents. But I'm also an MP of the Singapore Parliament. So people's views from any segments of society, I also have that responsibility to help them voice it in Parliament.
Yeah.
And Facebook or social media allows me to make that connection.
I
So
see.
it's great for me to
See.
it makes my job easier.
Is it not tiring though? To have to deal with all these idiots on social media. There are really a lot. Like, I mean, come on, let's not mince words here.
Luckily, my first few years in Facebook, I think people are still finding a way. So there are not a lot of trolls or negative comments. Yeah, so I think that eased my way. So and to build that familiarity, comfort, and maybe a following also, so that they know what I stand for, how I am as a person, and I also draw sort of strength from these followers.
Yeah.
How do you deal with the hate comments? Do you block people?
Very rarely.
Oh.
Because I find that if I block them, I'm helping them.
Right.
Because I want them to establish their identity or their persona on my page so that people will know who they are and therefore will take their words with a pinch of salt.
Okay.
But the problem
If
is-
what they say is nonsense, let's say.
Ah.
So they'll let them create their own identity.
Then like other people will help defend you and stuff. So you don't really need to go and fight the person usually.
Yeah, either some will jump to my defense. I think some will just ignore.
You should
These
call
are
your
trolls.
followers something because Beyonce has Hive, Nicki Minaj has Barbs. So you should call your followers something. The Base.
Baywatch.
The base. That's
Oh,
just
the Baywatch. You should call
Oh
them
my
the
God, I love
Baywatch.
that.
I saw that, the
He already came up with a
Baywatchers.
name. Come on.
He knew. He already
Yeah.
knew before
So-
coming at
So
Baywatch.
Baywatch.
very the era also.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the millennials, what's Baywatch?
Hey, I know
Yeah.
that was Baywatch. I was 4.
Oh my god! Actually, I still wanted to ask about
Yes.
family.
Oh.
Like before we went into that, just one more question, like,
Okay,
because
okay.
I think like a lot of people they want to know like as a very public political figure, right? There's a lot of you need to always appear to be humble, down to earth. Like certain things you cannot do. Like, is it of a concern to your family, right? Is it of concern to you if your family goes out of line? Like for example, if you have children and they decide to like Gurmit Singh's daughter like decides to come out and like go on a naked like Broadway play. I mean, that is something that will affect your political career also, right? So how do politicians control this? Do you run a tight ship at home or
So I don't expose my kids' identities on social media.
Yeah.
I don't either.
I don't. Yeah. So I don't show their photos. Unless like now they are in the 20s, I can show their baby photo or
Right,
toddler
right,
photo.
right,
So
right.
people probably can't recognize them. My wife is okay because she's in theatre. She had a much higher public profile than me before I entered politics. So she's quite okay with that. It is about also teaching my kids, not just because they are my kids, but how to be a good person.
Yeah. But you
Whether
cannot
as a
control, ma.
student
Just like
or,
sometimes become
as adult now.
rebellious.
So I think they learn. I know they would have their challenges, their struggles
Yeah.
of sort of living under my shadow. But I thank them really for bearing with it and for growing up in such a family. I hope that they are so stronger and being able to still be independent with their own mind now that they are all adults. And just happened that their father is a politician.
It's really not easy when you're a public profile.
Right, I think
and
it's
you
hard,
are associated by family line, right?
Yeah.
But what
And
happens?
especially my surname is not very common in Singapore.
Oh,
so
yeah,
not
it's
so
true.
difficult to guess or to suspect that, you're related to me.
See.
Do they like it that you're a politician, or do they like grumble at you and say, I wish you are not so I can do this, you know?
Like Mulan, like that.
They go through different phases. I think especially when they are younger, maybe especially teenager, like secondary school, maybe because as age you're a bit more conscious. So I remember my kids would say, maybe you don't walk with me in school when you go for
they
a
said that?
parent session.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so okay. Yeah, then or they were prefer that mother goes instead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did that hurt your feelings?
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
It's
they-
okay.
you
I
understood
need
lah.
respect the space.
You should
what they do.
just go with a fake moustache or something. Like,
What happens if your kids wanted ambitions that is like of public scrutiny? So like if he wants to be an OnlyFans creator or something, then how would you advise him? Or would you like, that's my son, that's separate from me? Because it's implicating, right, to your career?
oh dear.
Yeah, well, as long as it's not illegal, as long as it's not something that hurt others.
Right.
Not
So
criminal,
OnlyFans
that's
creator
fine.
illegal
Yeah,
or
yeah,
not?
yeah.
I
Okay,
can't
but what if your
confirm.
son goes to America to become a porn star? Okay, that's illegal. Is it legal, ma? Right?
Yeah.
If he's an adult, that's the career, the life. I mean,
Really,
I
you
can't
will
stop
be-
it. I mean,
Will you
what
support?
can I do?
Yeah.
What can I do? I mean, I'll give him advice. Okay, what are the pros and cons and what are the consequences, the things they have to face.
Oh, that's a very
if I brought
nice.
him up to have that interest
Yeah.
or talent or whatever,
Right.
well, in a way, I have to bear some responsibility too, right?
Got you. Wow. Yeah, it's really hard. I would never be a politician, no matter how big the money. Because it's
Really, meh?
It's a lot of responsibility.
Maybe when
in
you're
public
older
scrutiny.
lah.
No, thank you. I'd rather just be famous for famous sake.
Okay.
Yeah. No
But in a way,
respons-
you're a public figure too, right? I mean, there'll be certain expectations of you. You know, your family, your
Yeah.
kids, or whatever.
So like you, I don't share my family's profile online.
okay.
Nobody knows who my
They're so
family is.
similar.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah,
similar? In fact, you're, I think, more public, more known, more recognizable
no,
than
don't say this,
many politicians. See, I should,
No, like you're definitely more known lah.
No,
Okay, I think I judge based on how many taxi drivers know us. Like if you hop onto a random taxi, they will definitely know you more than us for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
different segment. Taxi drivers, maybe.
I
they
don't think the
know
Gen
so
Zs know us also.
That's
Maybe
fair.
not so
I think
much.
we all have our
Yeah, the
different
future.
batch,
Yeah, we are. Fast
Okay. So recently, we all saw that clip that went viral with Minister Shanmugam, and the activists wanted to ask your feelings about that. What do you think when you saw it?
So Min Shan really highlighted a very important point that the MPS is for residents to turn to the MP for help.
Right.
So it shouldn't be hijacked for other purposes or people who are not residents. So that is a very clear point. Yeah, but I thought he was very gracious to still give them time after he has met his residents to hear them out, right?
I hope he scolded them.
We
So-
all saw the clip. We all know
Because
what
they're very
transpired.
naughty.
They're very naughty.
Yeah. So at the end, we have a role to play, and that session is set up really for our residents based on
Yes.
the IC address to come to us to voice their the issues, and we do our best to help.
Right.
So if we are distracted from our primary duty by others, then it's not fair
Yeah.
to our residents.
Actually, I don't know because I've never had to complain. But if let's say I have a burning thing to bring up to a minister, what is the proper protocol and channel so that everyone now online can know and understand what to do?
Yeah, actually.
So if it's something, okay, the first line you can really approach your MP.
Yeah.
Because MP, because you voted, or at least he was voted for a constituency.
Correct.
His role is to help you. All right, whether it's it dealing with government agencies, policies, rules, or appeals, or to raise it as maybe more important topic in Parliament for discussion to change policy.
See.
Okay.
Wow. So you can come up with general things, not just for yourself. Like, for example, if I want to fight for gay marriage, right? I can go to my MP and talk about this thing? Or is it more like things like, my grant didn't get approved, what should I do?
Usually because like in my Tampines North division, we see about 30-40 residents a night.
Busy.
Okay.
Per week, right?
One day a night, a week. So there's a queue, and we tend not to have the luxury of time to go into
Long discussions.
in-depth discussion. So let's say talking about policy change, whatever, right? So that may not be the right platform. Okay, so it's more like, okay, straight to the point. Okay, what you want to appeal against? You want to appeal for this grant? Okay, what are reasons? Then we can take notes and then prepare the appeal for you. If things that you need a discussion, there could be other occasions. So, for example, in what I did was precisely I find that we need that kind of regular session. So I created a Kopi Talk. So every month, and it's fixed always the third Saturday of the month, and always from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., always at the same coffee shop.
Okay.
I will be there for 2 hours. Residents or anyone sitting there
Anyone can come.
can just say, I have a question to ask. Yes, or whatever. Let's say I want to talk about gay marriage, whatever. Or, I think we shouldn't be penalizing this, or we should allow whatever, right?
Like bigger issues.
Yeah, then we can discuss. And the merit of that is that there's an audience there, and others can also chip in. Yeah, can also share their views, give their comments, so that it becomes a discussion.
I'm so confused. Like, so you go to a coffee shop, it's like a big round table, and
No, it's just a coffee shop, just business as usual. Yeah, but because 2 to 4 is not meal time, not
Right.
The Kopitiam got charged with event rental fee, no?
No, in fact, they were very kind. When we first started, we said, okay, we'll buy refreshments. They order some
That's
coffee,
fair.
tea, some snacks for residents. Then they say, after the first one, I said, no, we will sponsor. So they let this sponsor, and it's been since 2011.
Oh
It's
dear,
been,
wow.
14 years now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and because to them, it's like part of community service. They give back
that's
to
nice
the
of them.
community.
Oh, that's very nice.
And it draws a crowd. lah.
No, but how do they come to you?
They just sit there. Lor. So it's
there's
a coffee shop.
It's four-seater, usually.
No.
Right?
It's just like coffee shop.
Coffee
Really,
shop
really
usually
It's
is
like
like...
meet and greet with Mr. Baey Yam Keng. Then he's just walking around
but
the
sometimes
Kopitiam.
coffee shop got zi cha table, then got those 4 people table, a bench,
Yes.
and then
So we don't do any, because these are all fixed sitting.
Yeah.
So we don't do any rearrangement.
So which one you sit in? The zi
No,
cha
I
table?
stand. I stand throughout.
Oh, you stand up.
It's a meet and greet. It's a proper meet and greet.
Oh,
stand in
I
the-
thought you really lim kopi, then people can't disturb
No. So
you.
it's a public type of dialogue and discussion.
Yeah.
I have a mic. People speak to mic, so everyone can hear
Oh my
the
God.
conversation.
Only Saturdays 2 to 4. But if he's having dinner, don't anyhow on any other day just come up to him.
Yeah.
No,
Wow,
I
that's
do
crazy.
get residents coming to me because
I
when-
cannot say. If people come up to me having dinner, they want a photo, I'll be like,
okay
no,
lah.
please.
I
You don't
will
ever
ask
say,
you.
sorry, please, I'm having my dinner time.
Yeah, that's true.
But most people are they know lah. They was okay. They don't disturb us. I'm in the middle of a meal. They won't lah. But let's say
Some
they see
people
that
still
I
don't
finish,
know.
then they say, can I talk to you for a while? Okay.
Really?
Right.
Wow, this is why
Most
I
people
cannot.
are polite.
Yeah, I think most people are
You
quite polite.
assume, my crowd not polite one.
Wow, I think I
They will
harass
just
you.
interrupt you halfway.
Like, yeah, but he's very poor thing one because people come up to him, he has to actually follow up.
Yeah.
Like if it helps.
An actual issue, an actual
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah,
you have
So
to
I'll
address and
take notes
solve.
then I have to follow up. Of course.
Okay. So
But I think it's good because then there's direct feedback. It's not like filtered. It's not and I hear from them really from the horse's mouth. And
Talking about you.
Then we can do that.
are there times where you just stand there with a mic and literally nobody?
No, usually the 2 hours are.
Packed.
Oh,
Packed
yeah.
full of people.
2 hours
Yes.
is not a lot of time to handle a whole
Yeah.
bunch of queries.
Yeah.
So are there people who got angry with you?
Yeah, any
Yes.
rude incidences. Tell us.
Not saying
tell us.
rude lah.
Out them.
I remember one resident or uncle, he was very unhappy because he wanted a bus service to serve his street.
Okay.
History no bus.
I think one bus he needs. He
Kesian,
wanted
if it's
another
just
bus
one
to
bus.
bring him to
Give
his
him lah
destination.
tu.
So I say, we will feedback to LTA. They will need time to do this, whatever. Then maybe a couple months later, he came back. Still don't have. So I say, it's not so quick lah. I mean, they need time, right? To
be fair, you do need time.
To check whether there's a demand, whether it is commercial, is it viable.
But he's your resident.
He's my
here.
resident.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, I managed to sort of like pass him down. Say, okay, we wait lah, give them time. Then I think maybe half a year or 9 months later, the bus service was started.
Oh, great.
Then he came
job.
back and said, yes, I was very angry then, but now the bus is here. So thank you. You did work. I'm very happy. Oh, okay. That's the best endorsement of me.
Yeah, to be
I
fair,
love
1
that.
month is not enough turnaround time to get a new bus service. But what did you communicate with him to tell him within this 1 month? Why was he so angry after 1 month?
No, I think perhaps I didn't manage his expectations. He thought I raised this last month. So this month
Must
is what,
have a
30
bus.
days already leh.
Yeah.
So why not? Still not done yet.
To be
So
fair.
I think that's where I used the opportunity to also to explain to residents that certain things take time. What are the policy considerations? Why we are doing this? Things like that. So that it's also to raise the awareness and understanding of issues among public.
So, like on social media, right, you always get public scrutiny a lot, and things that you say can sometimes be interpreted very, very differently online, right?
Correct.
What are some of the things that you have said that have been received differently online that you now like, I shouldn't have said that, regret? Any example?
Okay, not directly on social media, but some years ago there was this incident where a student, a student from China studying in NUS, he posted about his experience on the Singapore
I remember
transport,
that.
the bus. Right?
Yeah, I remember that.
They say, Singaporeans are like dogs.
Woof.
Really, man? Can you explain to me? I don't understand this story.
It was
Why-
an incident with this Chinese student. You want to tell Xiaxue the
Yes,
story?
please.
So
Why
I think he
like
said
dogs?
that like passengers are very rude, like they don't give way, they maybe push their way around.
Okay.
So he said that very bad behavior lah.
Oh,
like
okay.
uneducated, uncivilized, like animals, like dogs. They said,
Okay,
right?
okay.
So then it went viral and a lot of people were just condemning this student. It's a foreigner studying here and things like that. Then one media interviewed me about this incident. What's my response?
Yeah.
So I gave quite a few comments. Then they
What was the comment? Say like, then re-jog
so
the
say
memory.
that, well, it's not right to do so. And we must be cordial and things like that. Then but I say, okay, but if let's say because in a community or we have different types of people.
See.
All right. There are people who are nice, there are people who are not so nice. Okay. So while we are criticizing him for going on in public and saying this, we should also reflect on ourselves. Okay, whether are we
Really like dogs.
displaying those behavior?
Okay.
Then just a reminder that
Very fair
let's stop
statement.
with that. Okay, that's all.
And how did the public react?
Oh, so when the media reported it, the public they would zoom down on that line.
Yeah.
We should reflect.
Yeah. That's the media for you. They
Then
will
said
manipulate everything.
They don't. No, the media it's because it's a long piece, one page coverage.
They
But
just cut the best parts lah.
No, but it's the people on social media. They just zoom down on that line. Baey Yam Keng said, "We Singaporeans should reflect."
Okay.
Okay, then posted on Facebook, and then our people gonna
attack and
criticized by a foreigner, and yet a Singapore MP asked us to reflect. So
To be fair, Singaporeans should really reflect on how they commute. Honestly, I commute public all the time, sir. They don't know how to walk. Some of them be using their phones and walking, not using peripheral vision. Sir. I have very, very big complaints about this. Sometimes, right, I feel like we should be allowed, if people are walking on the phone and they never pay attention and they bump into you, that we are allowed to smack their phone.
Yes, I think so.
We should.
Yeah.
Singaporeans don't know how to walk
I really want
with
to
their
slap people's
phones.
phones, especially if they're following other influencers. I can smack.
Yes. I feel like it's either we make it illegal to walk with the phones, but we shouldn't. Sometimes I have to reply email. Or we should teach people how to walk with their phones. If you're using your phone to walk and you're slowing down traffic, you should take the left side. Also, if you're a couple, please don't hog the pathway. I have big problems there. And aunties, right? Wow, sir, this one. During peak hours, you know what they do? When you are trying to rush for work, they will try to catch up with you.
Why?
Yes. I
For
don't know
what?
why.
Your
They get
fan,
No. They get competitive for no reason, right? And then the minute they get in front of you, they slow down.
Oh, I love that.
What auntie things is
like
this?
some
Yashua?
drivers also on the road.
Yes. So we need to talk to the Ministry of Transport next. About
This transport,
Is it
man.
transport? Yeah, it's
commute.
Infrastructure.
We need to have a Ministry of Commute.
There's no Ministry of Commute.
Make one.
Right. See,
Yeah.
we forgot where we are already.
yeah.
In social media,
Yeah.
any overt reactions that were not what he anticipated online. Anything you would take back though?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not what you post, what?
Yeah.
Like, it must be something that you post. Then after that, everyone say,
There's one more. The
Okay.
Nasi Padang.
okay.
Hey, what did you say to the makcik?
No, because
What's the
I
problem?
had Nasi Padang in my coffee shop in my area. And at the time, I post a lot about what I eat.
Okay.
Then someone asked, "Oh, nice. How much is it?" Yeah, they said, "Oh, I think it's $5."
Hey, very cheap, you know, nasi padang $5.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they said, bribery.
Bribery.
Yeah,
Someone said
the storeholder bribed you. You know, so you took a cheaper nasi padang.
Yeah.
You know, so therefore it's corruption.
Oh.
Wait, what did you order? I need to know if it's accurate.
Exactly.
You tell me what you
so
ordered.
this person, he said, based on your photo, okay, I went to order the same thing from that shop.
Yes.
He charged me $7.
But maybe it's the ugly tax. Some people just get taxed for being ugly.
Huh? What
Like,
do you mean?
I just don't like you because you're ugly lah. So I charge you more.
No lah, makcik sana like, okay, wait, so you order nasi, one,
I can't remember.
and then
I can't remember. It's years ago.
potato ball. I assume you have Bergedel. Bergedel should be about
Bergedel,
30
curry
cents,
vegetable.
50 cents.
No, I think it's a piece of chicken,
Piece of
egg,
chicken.
and some veggie lah.
Egg, veggie.
How much?
This is at Tampines?
Probably
Which market?
7.
The pasar bulat, is it? The round
No,
market?
it's in my area, 400 plus.
So
$5. What year was this? Before inflation?
Oh, before pandemic, definitely. 20, maybe 13, 14.
oh, that's quite a
$5
lot.
should be fine. Like, in fact, we should go to this makcik shop now and all order her nasi
So
padang.
wait. Do you do an investigation on whether you actually got it cheaper? Or
Yeah, actually, yeah.
So I went back. I said, oh,
Do you give me cheaper? Did you ask her?
She admitted yes.
Eh,
Oh.
makcik!
So she just likes you lah.
Okay, because I don't know, I think nasi padang is like that, right? They don't have price tag for every single dish.
They should. Malay people don't know how to make business.
Then how she
don't,
found
right?
tax,
So they say, roughly, I give maybe a bit more, a bit less, or whatever.
Yeah.
Then say, this one, maybe they say, okay, for
Maybe your egg
low
was
income
free.
Yeah.
or whatever, they say, elderly, they may say, okay, charge
Right.
cheap. I think that's sort
Yeah.
of the practice.
Yeah.
So, right?
It's
Yeah.
pretty
It's
much
like
our
that one,
culture.
ah.
lah. The
Yeah.
Malay person, they don't really have a price
Yes.
tag.
Yeah
They look
lah.
at you.
So maybe
$24.
Maybe the masjid like me, they say, oh, and so but it's not bribery lah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, because I paid for that and a drink also, so I just give like $10.
Yeah.
Should be enough for everything. Then I got to change back. So then I assume,
The
among
drink is
that,
probably
this amount is for the
150.
rice,
Yeah.
this is for the drink. That's all.
Especially if you don't know that she made it cheaper for you.
I don't know. Yeah.
But it's really hard now because
It's
then
not his fault.
every time he orders, you need to ask, are you
Are you
giving
bribing me?
cheaper? Because I need to pay the exact
from
price.
that I learned I don't have to answer every question.
Fair.
Things like prices,
Sensitive lah.
No need lah. I mean, no need to be so transparent and answer everything lah. It's not exam, right? I mean, it's like actually
The
no lah.
nasi
I mean,
padang
I think,
causing
for
so much
example lah,
problem.
so things like that. We don't have to be so absolute about
Correct.
that.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, so instead of ugly tax, it's a handsome like
He got a
discount.
handsome
He
discount.
got a handsome
a
discount.
handsome discount. Like
Yeah.
if you order nasi padang from me, I charge you $50.
Why?
You problematic one.
I love nasi padang.
I want to talk a little bit about your political career, okay? One of the things I found out was that you're one of the first and earliest MPs to speak about repealing 377A in 2007. What gave you the gumption to in 2007 when the climate then was to steer away from that kind of conversation, right? It wasn't until the mid-2010s that people are starting to be brave and speak up about it. So why actually? What was your reason for that cause?
Okay, at the time I was still very new, so I
You
didn't
anyhow
know
say.
I'm not too familiar. Like okay, there's a party line, then whatever. But even if it's now, I think I'll still speak for it
Yeah?
because I believe that in parliament debate there needs a diversity of views. Okay, and also within a party as well, we have closed door discussion, and we must contribute our 2 cents worth. That's
Correct.
how we help our leaders make better informed decisions.
Yeah.
And because I have been involved in the arts and theatre for many years, I do know many people from the LGBT community. So to me, they are just normal people.
Right.
All right. And some are very talented. They have day jobs. They are professionals.
Yeah.
So I feel that what they do in the bedroom is of no concern of mine. Right. So therefore, why should we penalize them or make them a criminal for what they do in private?
Just for the audience, in case you guys don't know. So what is 377A? What exactly is illegal in this law?
So it's a law that we inherited from the British that makes sex between two men illegal.
Only 2 men, 2
Just 2
women,
men.
fine.
Yeah.
But back then in 2007, you were young, fresh and green
Yep.
in the political scene. When you said that, did you receive like a scolding from a high up? Like, what you say this kind of thing?
Okay, I got a call
Oh.
from the whip then. I said, okay, because I was, it was a forum. And I was asked whether we should lift the party whip for that discussion, for that voting at the time during the debate.
Okay.
Okay, so I just said, when the party whip is there, we are supposed to vote according to party line. But I said that, maybe we should lift the party whip so that we can all vote according to what we think.
Oh.
So that's where the party whip said that, no, how can you say that? You cannot say that in public that, this should be lifted. It's for the party to decide.
Got you.
Yeah. But he didn't, criticize me for having a different view or have a view that this 377A should be repealed.
He
So
just
he does
basically-
allow this diversity of views. And in Parliament, I did spoke my mind. And so that's what
But
I'm referring
his
to.
viewpoint is more like the party
Discipline,
should,
yeah.
party should be united in its stand.
Yes,
in
that's
that
right.
way. Okay.
Which is a very good segue to what I want to ask next, actually. So since then, in 2022, we've repealed 377A, right? My question is, what made you guys finally change your stance on it? And why was the government finally ready in 2022? What transpired over the years?
I think the society has changed. The sentiment, the views of people have changed because they were like surveys done, talking to people of different age groups. And there is a very clear takeaway that the younger generation are a lot more open about these things.
Yeah.
And they felt that why do we still need a law to penalize people who are just
Having fun in the bedroom.
whatever, and people are born this way.
Right.
Yeah. So we felt that okay, then there is a difference. And also over the years, a lot of engagement has been done with the different groups. Whether groups against, groups for, so that we are able to have a less, so it's not so polar, so bipolar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's more middle ground that people are willing to accept. And there are also people in the middle who say, okay, actually I don't really care.
Yeah.
Okay, now government they decide, I will go with it.
Right.
Yeah. So after these years of engagement and understanding of what the society thinks, the government feel that we are ready to take a step.
Is it safe to say then every time there's a policy that's groundbreaking and changing, like repealing 377A, the government is always waiting on the ground up of society changing before they make a decision?
Depends on what it is.
Yeah.
So when things like that, this concern me sometimes morality or values, things like that. We probably won't want to be rushing ahead of time. Okay, but if there are certain things that we want to be more sustainable, we want to push industry to adopt better, use more energy efficient, then we have to push maybe through incentive or penalty. Then we can be ahead of time. So it really depends on the matter.
The urgency also depends.
So
on
let's say
what
the
it is.
POFMA girl, for example, right? If she wants to bring it up, she needs to change society first and their stance on it before we can convince ministries to change
POFMA.
change their stance on POFMA. Is that
POFMA
something?
is there because is to give the government a chance to say that, hey, this is wrong. Okay, so it's wrong. So you either you withdraw or if you either substantiate it.
Yes.
Or if not, you can give me our view. Then people can then read both sides and decide what is right or wrong.
Okay.
I see.
I feel like since repealing 377A, though, like society has become more polarized than in the 2010s. I feel like
Really?
yeah,
More polarized, really?
I feel so. I feel like now it has given the other side of the camp to really be loud and mobilize on their stance. How do you feel about every time something like that, a needle is shift? How do you feel about society being polarized in general, like from such causes?
Yeah, then what do you feel about, being polarized? I mean, like, speaking of like that point, right? Like, if people are more, let's say the gay camp or the LGBT camp, they are more courageous now to speak up for their rights, right? Because one thing has been done, the next thing naturally they'll ask for is the next thing to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how do you feel about that?
So that's where when we repealed 377A, we also changed the constitution where to define clearly that marriage is between a man and a woman.
Why? Isn't that putting a can of worms out there so then in the future you cannot change it or it becomes hard to change?
Yeah,
Wait,
because
what do you mean? Wait, stop. I don't understand. So initially it wasn't clear. So you all purposely want to make it clear.
Yeah.
So in other words, you all give one thing but you all take away another. For the gay community at least, in
a
that
way,
sense.
it is to address the concern of the
Conservative camp.
anti-repeal group because they feel that this will lead one thing to another.
Okay.
To gay marriage, things like that.
Oh.
So therefore, we say we have this change to make marriage to be more precisely defined.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, so that will be more difficult to change. But it can still be changed. But with 2/3 majority.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you mean by with
Constitution.
2/3
No,
majority?
because
Then
constitution is by 2/3.
I see.
Because
Okay.
general other policies is half. So it's like vote in parliament.
In other words, if you want to change it, you have to vote in MPs who will all vote for gay marriage. So 2/3 of the parliament needs to be constituted of MPs who are for gay marriage.
But once you define it, right, like doesn't that just open a can of worms? Or like now it becomes a frivolous definition because if you can change it, then don't define it. No? Am I?
We don't
The
understand.
definition makes it clearer. Also for the judge or courts to like decide on cases because they go according to what's in the law.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, the judge cannot refer. They cannot make their own law. They can say, okay, this is how I interpret the law. So let's say marriage is marriage. It didn't say man and woman, right? So you say, who is to say that two women can get married? Yeah. Then judge can say, yeah. You look at the law. Actually, there's no such definition. What? Therefore, they may say, oh yeah.
Then
maybe-
polygamous marriage, how between the Muslim man and 4 women? Because now it's 1 man, 1 woman, ma.
Then
Now
why?
if 1 man, 4 women, how?
It's a different Sharia law, right?
Yeah
It's
lah.
different.
So different idea.
It's different.
noted.
Yeah.
So basically, to the queer community, to the LGBT community out there, this definition of marriage between 1 man, 1 woman still has a chance in the future to be redefined again. It's just you need to vote 2/3 of the majority to change
I mean,
this.
the government or the parliament has to move with the society. If the society, decades down the road, finds that, wow, we should allow that, then what is the government to say no?
Oh, there's
so for
another
example,
way.
is there polygamy? Last time, both my grandfathers
Were
had
polygamous?
2 wives.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah.
And that's just 2 generations
Ago.
ahead. Yeah.
My uncle also had
Yeah.
wife.
So that time it's very common. But within 2 generations, about 60 years, it's changed.
Right.
So things do change.
Things do
And
change.
things will have to change.
So there's a chance for change.
Yeah,
is
so
what we're
there are
hoping.
things that we don't necessarily have to say, set in stone that
Right.
can never move, can never change. Then the society will not move.
It says here, MSc designated 2024 as a year of public hygiene because you have addressed persistent challenges such as littering hotspots, rat infestation, which I want to bring up in a bit, and public toilet cleanliness. People always say that Singapore is already so clean. Is it literally a huge issue even today?
Littering.
Yeah, littering.
You said literally.
Oh,
You
sorry.
just said the line.
Sorry, my English not feeling so well.
We can all observe ourselves in your
Yeah.
community where you live. You are definitely not totally
Super
litter
clean.
clean, right?
Yeah,
Litter
it's
free,
not.
right?
Still confirm
Actually,
still have.
it can be clean because cleaners clean it.
Yeah.
Cleaners sweep the floor.
Yeah.
There are still litter bugs among us, definitely. Although I like to believe that majority of us are civic conscious, we don't litter. So we want to go hard on those who persistently and knowingly throw things
Okay,
around.
so you are in charge of this thing, right? Like
Yeah.
okay, can I just suggest that the
Eh.
green color big dustbin that is downstairs in our void deck, right? Don't have like must open the lid damn high then throw
'Cause you
in
have to
one.
touch it, right?
Yeah, it's damn dirty. Then what happens is everyone litters around the area. So you see like cardboard boxes
That's fair.
and all that. Then people will just throw their stuff into the cardboard box or like whatnot. That's next to that, and then it's full of like trash and it's damn dirty.
So you prefer what? Open sort of open top,
Maybe-
without a lid?
But then the rats will go in, right?
Yeah,
So I cannot come up with a
exactly.
good suggestion.
Actually, like the blue bin is covered, but then there's a sort of opening
Yeah.
that you can slot in, throw
Yeah,
in.
that's much better.
one way.
So
Yeah,
I really
possible.
hate
Touch,
having
yeah.
to touch that thing.
Is it cheaper? Is that why? To produce those?
No, I think it's more so that there's no exposed, because you know what people throw in.
How about have a
the
step
older.
like
Yeah,
pedal,
something that you can
step,
Is that
yeah.
big bin or?
And it lifts
Oh, okay, a bit hard.
It's like what we have in a rubbish chute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the past, you have to use your hand to open
Okay,
it.
how about a pulley system? We can have a thing that loops on the wall and then a
Okay.
string that attached to the lid, and then you just pull and then it comes out and then you.
Then
This
you
is
say
why
that
you're
one
not
dirty,
an
then
MP.
No, that thing won't be dirty, right? Why would it be dirty?
Some will say, it's the same one.
It's better than the
okay,
lid,
lah,
confirm.
we can improve on such design, but these are things that will nudge people's behavior to the right, desired
yeah.
manner.
Because
That's it. I
also
feel like
it's
these
very
days,
dirty.
there's like less dustbins around. I get very frustrated when I cannot find a dustbin. So
Very little dustbin. Singapore is very good already. Have you been
I
to
wish
Japan?
we had more.
There's
I
no
know.
freaking
Malaysia,
dustbins
so
in
you just
Japan.
happen to.
Yeah.
And they don't litter.
But do you know, every dustbin has to be cleared and emptied by a worker.
Oh,
That's
true.
fair.
Okay, so imagine you have how many
Too many
dustbins? you have?
dustbins.
A lot of trash bags are wasted because they may not be full. They are still clear it. It's a lot of work. There's a cost also of providing dustbins.
That's true.
That's true.
And what is more important is that everyone must have this. It's like the code of conduct, right? If there's no dustbin, I shouldn't throw.
Yeah.
It cannot be no dustbin, therefore I throw because you never give me a dustbin. I was in Taiwan. Those night markets.
Yes.
There are a lot of tidbits or pasar malam, right?
Yes, yeah.
A lot of things buy, a lot of sticks or
Yeah,
bags,
correct.
however.
Uh-huh.
There's no litter on the floor.
Really, man?
And dustbins are only found at the end of the whole stretch. they all held it in their hands and wait for dustbin to be there before they throw it.
Habitually, as a Singaporean, I do that lah.
Oh, great.
But like,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for those who are recalcitrant litter bugs, we get them to wear those
Corrective
luminous
order.
vests and pick up
recalcitrant.
litter in public areas, in like town center area, in city area,
Right.
so that
They will feel paiseh.
and learn from it.
Some people don't paiseh.
I think I won't be paiseh.
Some people are like,
I'll be
yeah,
like,
I done did it.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of
bugs.
just now, right, I said I want to bring up the rat infestation issue, right? Hey,
Yeah.
there are rats that have started to become a problem in my ward. Okay, so if let's say I'm from Serangoon North, so if we return back the ward to incumbent, what would you do about the rat infestation? Actually,
you are
Mother,
not
she
incumbent, man. You are unit.
you also
Same, yeah, it's Pritam Singh's fault lah.
Hey, why?
No,
But
because
mine
he's
is
very
not
busy
Pritam.
with the lawsuit, bro.
Mine is Gerald Giam.
So he never got. Oh, you're Gerald Giam.
Before
No,
that
wait.
was
also
the
unit,
other.
Yeah. I think I'm Sylvia.
Oh,
Lee.
we are 3 alternate boys and girls.
Yeah,
in-
guess what
on
he's
the table.
voting?
What are you voting?
Secret.
What would you do to solve the rat infestation if we return the ward back to you, the incumbent?
Yes, that's true. Will you solve my rat problem? Yesterday, a rat just ran past me and had the nerve to look startled when I screamed. How dare
can
you?
tell the expression. Wow.
No, he was just then he like run like that. I was just like, what is wrong? You don't have to run in front of me. Like seriously.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was naive.
You know
like,
rats are
really
blind,
big.
right?
Huh?
No lah.
They're blind, man? Are you
Three
serious,
blind
man?
mice.
Oh my god.
I really might. No,
No,
lah.
no.
Okay.
What anyhow say? Oh
Yeah,
my God.
it's a huge problem.
This is
Also,
Hwa Chong
because
sense of humour.
The mama shops in my area all are open stores as well, and they're
Right.
24 hours. So like sometimes they just run, and you're like, oh my god, and it's not their fault also that it's
Yeah.
open.
Rats have to make a living. They
a
have to find
living.
food, right?
Yeah.
Oh
I mean,
dear.
They're just animals. They have to survive.
So what does Singapore do about rats?
We have to go upstream. What caused the rats to come, and
Okay.
what caused the rat number to increase? Because there's access to food. So
Okay.
to them, it's like, oh, good life.
So
A
we
lot of
must
food.
starve
I must reproduce more because so that we all enjoy the good life. But if there's a scarcity of food, they will not reproduce.
That means,
That's the point.
that means Singaporeans don't have enough food. That's why we're not repopulating.
That's different. We're not. we're not that kind of animals.
Okay.
So we have to go upstream to look at how food waste is disposed or
Right.
disposed improperly.
Right.
Therefore, it gives rats access, easy access.
Why don't you all just put rat poison into all the trash bins?
We can do that, but
Is it
not
ethical?
only rats eat these food waste.
Who eat?
It
Homeless
can
people.
be stray dogs,
Ants,
can be
cockroaches.
anything.
Oh, then
could be
the stray
anything.
dogs will die from
So we have to be very
poison. Oh,
careful.
that's fair.
Very targeted. Very targeted. Yeah.
Cats eat it. I don't want stray cats.
That's why
Right.
some cats
That's right.
Oh,
So,
dear.
get stuck in the glue also, right?
Oh.
so we have to be very
Mitigating.
specific. Yeah. Then
Oh.
so the key thing is whether establishment, F&B, outlets or residents just have to throw their food waste properly.
Climate change is truly a problem these days. So what is the most grim issue that is immediate and pending that Singapore might face in the next 50 years that you can warn us about?
I think we've said it many times. It's about the sea level rise. Because we
How
are
much
island.
will it rise?
Can we 1 meter? 2
What?
meters?
But 1 meter
Serious
is...
man, 1 meter is a lot
A lot. Exactly.
How much has it raised in the last 20 years? Now suddenly 1 meter. I think it will only raise like 5 cm.
No, because
the last
global
10
warming.
years.
You read about the
She's an
iceberg.
anti-climate change person.
No, you read about the iceberg that has moved and
Uh-huh.
in danger of melting, and that would
Right.
raise the sea level.
She don't believe this. Can you scold her for us?
No, I never don't believe. I believe. But
No?
then, like,
You say climate change is
wait. One of them is melting and one of them has more ice now. So Arctic and Antarctica, but I don't remember which one.
Okay, but I mean it's the same ocean, right? It's all linked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
So, wait, what are we doing about this rising sea level?
Yeah.
So we have to.
We are island leh.
Yeah. So we have to build Long Island now. In the East Coast area,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
we need to build a Long Island. That means further into sea lah. So it be built higher
Like a
above,
dam.
maybe 1-2 meters or 5 meters above sea level, so that it becomes like a dam.
Then our beach water will not be nice anymore, right?
So that's why a lot of work has been
beach is
going
not
to
nice
now
anyway.
to see how we can still create lagoons. We still have water activities. We could have parks there, or like what we have now at Marina Gardens by the Bay,
Yeah.
Marina Barrage. These are all land, reclaimed land.
Yeah.
Right.
But we created recreational spaces for people to enjoy.
Will there
Wow.
come a time where Singapore will not be livable?
Not
I
if
hope
you
not.
stay in the high story HDB. Do you?
No, mine is third floor.
Oh dear,
Malay
you're
like
dead.
to say low level.
Yeah. Then you're there. I second
No,
floor.
third floor is safe. No, but it's things like MRT stations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Do you realize that you have to climb steps to go down the escalator? Why? So that in
Why?
case there are floods, the water will not flow into the basement.
Also clever.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why New York floods in the MTA. Our government's so clever.
Yeah, so we must really think ahead, no? So what may come like in decades, we have to build now because it's very difficult to retrofit infrastructure like MRT stations.
Right.
I think we take urban development in Singapore for granted until I go
It
overseas.
is, it's
Then I
true.
realize,
Our
oh my God,
infrastructure is very good.
we cannot even walk in pavements in Malaysia.
Yeah,
you
there's
know?
so many potholes.
People make fun of me when I walk around in Malaysia. They be like, why? It's unsafe. I said,
Because you
watch
got
me, and I
pothole.
fall.
Pothole.
They do have potholes.
Open you up and eat you.
In the most grimmest of grimmest situation where Singapore is no longer livable, what happens to us? What can we do?
If it's global warming, we will die first, because we're already so hot.
And we're an island nation. So what do we do?
We will build a dome. I think Lee Kuan Yew said that before. He prefer he would
The whole
hope that
plains
the
land.
whole Singapore island can be air conditioned. So
That
build a
sounds
dome around
cool.
it and then air conditioned Singapore.
But then no rain some more, you got dome
Yeah, can set 4 seasons.
Oh,
But that's not doable. Like, how do planes land after that? Open, close, man.
on top of the dome lah. Then
Yeah,
open
like that stadium, right? Open land and then close.
Busy lah. Okay, but no, seriously though, in the most grim of grim situation and Singapore's not livable, what would
we are
expect as
rich. We
citizens?
can ask Elon Musk and us to Mars.
Do we run to JB? It's like, Sultan, can you please
Are you
welcome
serious?
us?
You think that will be better?
Then what? We are unlivable already. Then how?
Yeah. Just die
Won't be
altogether
unlivable
lah.
lah. We will build, as I said, the dams or the long islands around. We'll protect. No, with proper planning, advanced planning, with resources put into it, we will address it.
But I've seen your commercials on the climate change. I'm damn scared. I see all the rainwater rising in that video.
Ugh.
Damn scary. I was like, oh my God,
I cannot swim.
live.
Can you swim properly?
Better than you, I can lah. Also, most of us are taller than you, so you would drown first.
I will definitely drown first.
Oh, there goes Sash. Whoops. I've got a fun question for you.
Yeah.
A recent survey of aunties in Tampines have claimed that you are top 10 sexy minister in parliament. How do you stay good looking at your old age of 54?
Why you
That's
call
not
people
old.
old?
I haven't got my CPF yet. So
So how do you stay sexy?
first, the aunties are biased because they're in Tampines.
Yeah, Muna Bagus.
So they're biased. So cannot trust them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just want to be humble. act only. People call you sexy, say thank you lah. Yeah. So how do you stay sexy at your old age of 54?
I thank my parents for the good genes.
I mean,
Oh wow. Have you done any plastic surgery?
No. No, I'm not.
Do
so
you
she
do
still consume plastic. 80% of the world's plastic was consumed by her in 2010 on that face.
No wonder
Oh
climate
dear.
change lah.
Yeah, that's why. Oh my god.
Oh, that's the reason.
So what you all didn't know is before this episode started, he told us he woke up at 6 a.m. to go to the gym before the shoot. It was raining damn shook. Most
course
of us
he
would be
does.
sleeping. So wait, what is your workout routine like?
No, why are politicians like that? They're
Yeah.
always so disciplined. It's so disgusting.
I like routine in my life. Yeah, so actually it's not every morning. So it's just happened. It's Thursday today.
Yeah, just
so
nice.
Thursday morning is my gym
Oh,
session. Yeah, so I
okay.
only go gym once a week.
You
Not
go,
a lot lah. Not a lot.
You go which gym?
It's a private gym. So I have
Oh.
a trainer who helps me lah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
But you also run and everything, cardio. other
Run
days of
maybe
it.
twice a week. Yeah. So I think these are all important because at any age we really must keep ourselves active.
Got you?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Now-
disciplined.
Now, you are among the top 10 sexy ministers. Name 3 more male identifying ministers that you think will make the top 10 list with you.
What question is this? What is
Yeah.
male identifying?
Yeah, what's that? Please define that.
So they must own self say that
Say
they
I'm
are
a male.
male.
Yeah. We don't know if some
There's
of them...
no ministers who don't say
we
that they are
don't know.
males.
What they don't say, we
These
cannot
are the
assume.
Gen Z kind of talk.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't call me Gen Z. I'm offended. I'm prime
Of course
millennial.
you are. Okay. So yeah, who can make the list with you?
Yeah.
Which other ministers
Who you
are
think else is
handsome?
sexy?
So of course these are very subjective, right?
Tell us.
Yeah.
Tell us your subjection.
So, yeah, of course I must say my big boss is sexy lah.
Who lah?
PM Wong lah.
Tian Wong. He's
Yeah,
quite cute.
yeah.
He's quite
Mr.
Right.
Lawrence Wong.
Yeah, when he
Correct.
plays the guitar, that's quite charming.
That's not
then
bad.
of course I must also give the title to my anchor minister Masagos lah.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
Masagos.
right. Yeah. Then also my minister in transport lah, Chee Hong Tat lah.
We literally, I don't know who's
so very good
Chong
lah. Got different races.
Okay, very, very fair.
Sorry,
But I
very
feel it's
diplomatic.
like, yeah, that's diplomatic
Very
answer.
political.
I
Then
think-
Shan lor, Min Shan lor.
Mention. Can I name you my top 3?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Shanmugam, top of the list.
Really?
Come on.
Really?
Shoot, Shat, marry. I would
He's
marry
quite strong,
and Not shoot,
Wait.
but the other one, yes.
He do push up, right? He's the one.
Oh, they do the
Yeah,
lifting.
yeah, lifting,
He did the
lifting.
Yes,
he did
yes.
lifts. Oh, Shanmugam. Shanmugam is so sexy.
Okay.
I would never shun his Mugam. And then
Oh, wow.
Young Vivian was very cute.
Yes.
Young Vivian was very... I
He's
saw
so
his debate
cute.
with
He's a
Shanmugam when he was
handsome
there.
Indian.
Yeah.
No,
Young
he
Vivian.
looks very good too. What?
He still looks good.
very
mean,
distinguished, I find.
Yeah. His daughter's good looking too.
I've not seen his daughter.
Right.
Okay, and to be fair, just to be equal and fair, not subjective at all, I think Pritam is quite good looking also. So, yeah.
Pritam's lawyer is not bad.
Oh, Jama boy.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
Oh, I would jump on my boy.
Oh my god. Okay, I think Tan Chuan Jin last time, before he was out.
Tan
lah.
Chuan Jin. Quite cute, quite
Handsome
cute.
ah.
Tan Chuan Jin was cute.
Yeah, not bad.
Who's your other two?
I like Vivian also. Can't think of any.
Hey,
I think
all
okay, a young Mr. Lee Hsien Loong was not bad.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
I thought he aged well.
yeah. He
Two.
still has these rosy cheeks and
He's very
smiley
cute.
eyes. He's very cute.
Likeable character.
Yeah.
I realize all my ministers are Indian. I have a type.
It's true, eh.
Who is
Okay.
your best friend in parliament and what? Tell us something about him we don't know.
No.
You don't have
We're
a
all
best
friends.
Okay, name your enemy in parliament.
Enemy,
Tell
oh
us something
dear.
we don't know.
Not say enemy lah. The person that asked me most difficult question. in
Okay,
Parliament.
which who?
Yong Man Wai.
No.
Say-
Luckily, I'm not in his list of targets. No, actually, my fellow PAP MP, Louis Ng.
He give you hard questions all the time.
Yeah, he wants me to ban smoking at home.
Hey,
I would
that's a
like
good
that.
idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You think we should do that?
I think we
Yes.
should ban smoking altogether, like
Cannot
Bhutan.
smoke at home too.
Yeah, cannot.
Okay, no, because if you don't smoke at home, right, what happens is they smoke in common areas also. I think we should just ban smoking.
Yeah. Okay, I think they shouldn't smoke at home because I feel like the people who smoke at home, the other people who don't smoke at home probably don't have a say in it, like children or the wife.
Yeah,
They-
children.
Yeah, it's not fair that they're subjected to it. Yeah.
But it's a
so,
private home,
I mean,
so cannot smoke.
the libertarian
Whether
in
it's
me is
HDB
saying no, but
or your bungalow, good class bungalow.
Okay,
But
bungalow
there's-
is a bit hard because it's
but
private
there's-
property.
Unfair. Why HDB cannot smoke?
This is
Bungalow
why I
can
cannot
smoke.
be an MP.
so can
So
they
it's not so easy.
can they
It's
smoke
just
out
like-
of the window?
Currently, there's
No
no
lah.
law against it.
Oh.
But if they throw their cigarette butt,
It's
it's
killer
littering.
litter.
lah. It's
Yeah,
littering.
but there's
fire
absolutely
hazard.
nothing good about smoking at all. So
Yeah.
we should just ban
But
it.
but this okay lah. So anyway, he's very passionate about this, and we also with many topics. Not say he's my least like, but I mean I respect
You're
him
the least
for his
like.
perseverance.
That was the question, Louis.
It's just I have to answer his question. That's all.
Got you.
Ah.
You're a
So
big
what-
boss lah.
what's your
Who
answer
likes your
to
boss
that?
also, right?
What's your answer to that?
To say that it's difficult for us to enforce. Okay, because when there's a law, we need a way to enforce. Otherwise, we say, hey, then you catch him now. My neighbor's smoking. But if I'm not able to have evidence to say this person smoked, then
Yeah.
how do I do it?
Can't
Fair.
you just have some kind of detector like the
A camera
luminol
lah,
test?
a camera lah, right?
No, like
No?
like a spray that you spray on the wall, then the third hand smoke can see.
Then
Like
how
kind
do
of
you
thing.
prove that the smoke is from this person, from this unit?
Because smoke travels, yeah, sure.
You know how?
Right,
It must be conclusive, you know.
right.
So exhausting.
So
Okay.
how do I
Oh.
point your camera into the window? It's very difficult. What? Then your privacy. How?
Nah, it's very
true.
invasive.
Yeah,
lah.
so so if there's a way for us to detect smoking, activity without invading privacy concern, then I think we can do it.
More millennials are having a hard time finding love, not getting married, and contributing to the declining birth rate in Singapore. As someone who has been happily married for 28 years with 3 kids, how can we encourage Singaporeans to piak for the population?
What's pia pia?
Have sex. Wow, you're so uncle when you do that. Eh.
It's not pia pia. It's have children. It's two different.
Pia
It's
pia.
one lead to another, but it
That's
doesn't
true,
mean
that's
that you
true,
always
that's
need
true.
to do that, right?
Okay,
So different.
piak without the rubber. Rubberless piak.
Yeah, shoot inside.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I think we need to let people appreciate the joy of having kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How to let them appreciate if they don't already have kids?
And it's so expensive.
Yeah. Then how?
So the government is trying to make it easier, no? Like
With
all the
vouchers.
grants, whatever.
Vouchers for
subsidies.
piak. Oh my god, you should
No,
give
it's
out
not.
vouchers
As I
for
say, it's not
piak.
the pia pia. It's the consequence of it.
Oh, seriously. Every
shoot
time you
inside.
successfully piak,
Yeah.
you get more vouchers.
Oh.
No, must deliver one.
Okay,
Cannot-
after you
Yeah, that's true, that's true.
piak and push.
No, we basically we want to make raising a child in Singapore more affordable. Okay, and reduce stress with more help. But ultimately, it is a very personal decision, and we respect that.
Yeah.
Okay, so therefore, I think that's where the society, we all have a role to, as parents, as grandparents, we have a role to play,
Right.
For them to enjoy. Hey, it's good to have at Chinese New Year, all of people,
Yeah.
enjoy ourselves or gathering with kids around. It livens up the whole atmosphere, and basically to discover the joys of having a young one.
Right.
Millennials will suffer the most because we are an aging population and we are the largest population so far. in terms of generation. Then when we're old, nobody will take care of us.
The Gen Z also, it will just go lower, it will not go higher. One,
I think we are larger than Gen Z in population numbers. Millennials. Yeah,
okay,
I could be wrong.
so like what is the number right now? Like in terms of the ratio of like
No, our the fertility rate is very less than 1.
less than 1, man?
Yeah.
Serious, man? I thought it's 1
Who's
point
giving
something.
birth to
0.9
half
something.
babies?
And even the last year, Dragon Year,
Yeah.
in Chinese tradition, usually the bumper year of babies is no impact at all.
So we are doomed lah, in other words.
We are
Never mind
doomed.
lah. We can hire foreigners
The
take care of
Philippines
us.
are also
so
facing
so just
aging
we reach
population.
is that what we want?
Probably
When
not.
we are old, when there are not enough young people to work, to pay tax,
Yeah.
to
Right.
contribute economy, or even as caregivers, then what?
I know what we should do.
Oh, here
we
comes MP Xiaxue.
we should have cloning technology. So we just clone the smartest people
And
and
then
the
immediately
most
they
hard
adult
work.
already. No need.
No lah,
focus on
when they're
Then how
baby,
who
they're
take care of
baby.
baby?
Government take care. Then they are
She's
the
a
future
socialist,
generation. So we
actually.
should clone you because you are very disciplined,
And
right? And
good
very
looking.
smart. Yeah,
Yeah.
and good looking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then self-sufficient can just grow up by itself.
No
need,
lah.
no need feed, no need to
How
AI
ah?
take care of us.
Yeah, lah, like orphans like that, they have to be taken out. Hey,
a factory, baby factory, and
they just taken care of some foster
Okay,
home
okay.
lah.
MP Xiaxue, our producer wants to close already when we have to
Okay,
hit
okay,
to the
okay,
last
okay,
segment.
okay. Yeah. Okay, so we asked ChatGPT about you. So how do you feel about these statements? Okay, Baey Yam Keng's leadership style appears to be one of quiet consistency rather than loud charisma, relying on steady communication, community engagement over grand speeches.
What's your reaction to
very
that?
true.
Very true.
Wow, very good, ChatGPT.
Not bad, huh?
ChatGPT,
Okay.
yeah.
Because I'm not a rah-rah person.
Oh.
Yeah, I am sure not used to speaking to crowds and all this.
Why you do the copy talk? What?
Because I feel that I need to do it. Therefore, I practice. I need to go through it. Yeah.
But to be a social media person is to be vain. Do you consider yourself vain? On a scale of 1 to Xiaxue, how vain are you?
He said just now we asked him about his skincare routine. You can tell us? Because he has nice skin.
No, it's normal lah. Like what? Not as Xiaxue level.
Made up.
Maybe better than you.
Hey,
Actually, no, I don't do a lot of skincare. In the morning, I just wash my face with water. Oh no, but you, because your face like road, bro.
Sorry.
I just got read by the MP. I love it though. I love it. I endorse it.
Okay,
normal lah.
okay.
I mean,
So,
cleanse,
cleanse.
use toner and moisturizer and sunscreen. Sunscreen very important.
Do you put makeup?
No lah, of course. No.
Never ever. For you, go shows there, then they do put on you a little bit here and there.
No, this show no.
Don't have.
Yeah.
This is him.
All
bare.
natural.
Even
yeah.
now on TV, they don't offer makeup one.
Do you eat like collagen?
Especially now all the high def, what how many the speed so slim. So
ChatGPT has been saying nice things. So I've typed in ChatGPT and said, say not nice things about Baey Yam
okay.
Keng. You want to hear?
yes.
Number 1, perceived elitism. Some Singaporeans feel that Baey as a PAP politician comes across out of touch with the struggles of ordinary citizens. His social media presence, which often includes aesthetic posts and personal fitness updates, has led to some of him focusing more on image than policy. Agree, disagree, argue.
Everything has its supporters and naysayers. Okay, so you say about fitness. There are people who tell me they are motivated because it's
That's fair.
if you do this, I should do that as well. So I don't think it's all one-sided. And I don't just post about my runs. In fact, as I say, I only run twice a week. Maybe I post one of them. It's
People
not-
are just jealous that you are better
but
than
it's
them.
just that these register on people's mind. Then they forget that I do also talk about rats lah, about toilets lah, about mundane things and
Don't forget my
trivial
dustbin suggestion.
yeah, okay,
With the
yeah.
pulley system.
whatever, right? So
Yeah.
So it's just people's impressions
Quite true.
are shaped by certain things. Yeah. But if people remember me for, I mean, these are not really negative things, right? Fitness or taking
Yeah,
care of
actually,
yourself. It's
honestly,
also
No, it's
ChatGPT can't come up with something.
It's a
meaner.
handsome curse. If you keep posting selfies but you're not handsome, nobody will say you're vain, right? Makes sense.
Has anyone said that to you?
Everyone says I'm vain.
When I first started taking selfies,
Yeah.
I was criticized. People, even my friend, a personal friend, say, "Huh? How can you take selfie?"
What's his name? What's his address? Dox him now. Eh?
So it's like,
What do you mean how?
Yeah,
Like, what a dumb
it's
question.
so full of yourself.
Oh.
You see, because I don't have a photographer with me, what? And the phone had, you can, it has this feature so that we can take selfies.
Right.
That's all. It's just a picture.
Is this person still your friend now?
Still, I think she changed she got convinced eventually. Yeah,
You must have
but
boundaries, cut ties. When
But
they're
how
not
do you
nice.
convince someone that something is not full of yourself?
I think much through my deeds and words or everything else I do. So I hope
Right.
people will not jump into conclusion just by a single thing.
Yeah.
Okay, whether for a person,
Yeah.
your close ones, the public figure, politician. That also applies to things around like issues or policies. Don't just zoom out because I don't like this, the whole thing is no good.
Right.
Life is a lot more sophisticated than that, and we must be able to be made more all-rounded and look at different perspectives.
Yeah.
And not just be one-sided.
We appreciate that. Okay, I
Okay.
guess producer wants us to wrap real quick. Before we
I
end,
got last question.
Oh,
to
you
end
have
off
a last
everything.
question. Yes,
I
go
think
for
it's
it.
a good ending off question.
better
Okay,
be
so-
because I had also,
Now
but
I'm
you go
stressed.
first.
Oh, okay. We have 2 ending questions then.
Wow.
Okay, my last question is, well, GE is coming soon.
My question also actually. Carry
so
on.
what would you? GE is coming soon. So what do you think are your chances?
Hi lah, Tampines
Yeah lah, but I still want him to say
Tampines
lah.
love
But media
Masagos.
reports what 4 corner fight.
What are the 4 corners?
Yeah,
North,
there's
south,
four
east, and west.
people.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Wow.
it will be a tough fight. Yeah, but I think that's politics.
Isn't it better to have more opponents? Then the naysayers will be split.
If you're the
That-
opposition,
that is one.
Bad for the
one school
opposition.
of thought lah.
yeah, bad for opposition,
Yeah.
good for incumbent.
But no matter what, I think it is like a report card of what we've done, whether as incumbent MPs or the party. So, and it's the rule of the game now. Politics that every 4-5 years you have to go through this, and I hope my residents, the voters, will see what we've done. Not just the last 5 years, but the last 60 years
yeah.
as a party, and give us a fair assessment.
Do you hate GE?
Eh.
I hate GE.
Why?
I just feel
A
like
holiday what?
no, but like I just feel Singapore becomes very
Riled up.
yeah, they
Yeah.
get very angry, and it's just, when it's non-GE, we are so peaceful and
You
loving
think,
and
ah?
nice. I just feel like when you go out and you meet random people on the streets, they are like like a PAP dog or like whatever. It's just irritating.
I guess we can close this on you maybe saying to the camera a parting word and advice for Singaporeans in 2025 in Teochew. Because that's the trend now, right, in Parliament, speaking Teochew.
No, that was Cantonese.
Was it?
No.
Yes,
The
yes.
Minister Tan was Cantonese.
Sorry,
Yes,
I'm not
yes.
Chinese.
This
Yeah,
Teochew I
sound
also
like
won't
to you.
understand, but okay,
Teochew
I
ah?
try.
Okay. So what again? What
say your parting words to Singaporeans in 2025
Wow.
in Teochew.
That's me.
Make it iconic, please.
Wow.
And then we will try to repeat.
Okay.
Okay, you
Okay.
say one line, we will try to repeat.
大家好. Means how's everybody? Okay.
Hey, no, you cannot. I want to try to decipher. Okay.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Okay, 大家好，大家好。
Okay. Very simple 啦。Okay，大家好。祝大家身體健康，快快樂樂哦。
Hey, so easy.
Okay. I try as a non-Chinese person. 大家好，天氣清清康康。
Wow, so
Not bad, not bad, not
inaccurate.
bad.
You have
Not bad, not
bad. He says not bad.
100% became 50% of what he said. But the whatever you said was quite
Yeah,
accurate.
quite.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He just
Give
basically
a
said,
talent.
hope everyone is happy and healthy in 2025.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank
Baey Yam
you.
Keng, for joining us. We do hope everyone is healthy and happy. That has been us on Sorry Not Sorry with Xiaxue Hirizi and Mr. Baey. Xiaxue, would you like to?
SPS Baey.
SPS.
Okay.
Which stands for? Senior Parliamentary Secretary.
Yes.
There you go. One of us is clever and paying attention, while the other just offers MP advisors. Xiaxue, please wrap up.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, remember to follow our new channel here. Okay, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.